Hi, LindaBauwin here from StampingWithLinda.com, your cardiologist since 1997, helping you create cards from the heart. Today is time for another creative fold, and I am doing diagonal gate fold. So this is what the card looks like, and it folds out like so, and shows both sides of the beautiful designer series paper. This is the Sweet Sierra with the silver in it, and then on the other side it is a plain, so it's hard to decide which one to use. So this is a great card to show both sides. I also use the Petal Petite bundle to stamp and cut out, and I don't know if you can see, but I have glitter clear epoxy shapes. These are very easy to miss in the Occasions catalog, and I'm also going to use, it says hope you have the best birthday, and this is from Happy Wishes, which is a stamp set you can get free during celebration with a $100 order. So let's go ahead and get started. I need to grab my personal trimmer. We are going to bring in that piece of designer series paper. This measures 5.5 by 12 inches, and we are going to score it at the 2-inch mark, the 4-inch mark, the 8-inch, and finally at the 10-inch. Next, what we're going to do, we're going to set that trimmer aside. We are going to drop things here. We're going to get our score lines so that they are, so that we can see where they're at. And we're going to bring in our ruler, and we're going to measure on the side and make a dot at the 2 3/4 inch mark. So 2 3/4, just gonna put a little dot. We want to make sure that we do the same on the opposite side. So just gonna go down to 2 3/4. And we've got a dot, and what we're going to do is we want to cut diagonal from that dot to the 4-inch mark. So I'm going to bring in that personal trimmer again. We are going to lay our dot on the cutting line and also the score line that was at the 4, and we're going to cut. Sometimes it's easier to start cutting in the center versus right up against the edge, because you might have a tendency to crimp it or tear it. So again, the dot and the 4-inch mark, and we're going to cut like so. We're going to use those pieces. Excuse me, I think we're going to go ahead and do our stamping. So we want up close to the top. I'm using Marina Mist, and we're going to stamp the greeting that says, hope you have. And again, we want that up close to the top. I'm doing this stamping first because if by chance I make a mistake, I can flip it over and stamp on the back side and just glue it to the inside of my card. So always like that foolproof way of stamping. So now I'm going to just stamp the best, and I'm using the basic gray. I'm going to go back in with the birthday in the Marina Mist and stamp that right there. Very good. Going to now put that in the inside of my card. And so very good. That's going to flap over and cover up. So all you see from the front is the hope you have. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in these pieces. I see that I did this just the opposite, and I'll show you what I mean here in just a minute. I'm going to glue this the same side to each other. So I'm going to bring in my snail, and we're going to take the piece that we cut off. I'm going to put down at the bottom here. Now I've got that. I'm going to bring in that other piece. Again, adhesive, same color. So you're gluing same color designer series paper to each other. And this is what we've got. And what I said was this is just the opposite. I'm going to go ahead and attach my pieces here. What I have done, I have already cut out. Again, this is from the Petal Petite bundle. And I am just going to use small pieces of the vine, and I see that I did not use my adhesive sheet. Bad me. I love to use the adhesive sheet on these smaller pieces, but since I forgot, I'm just going to go in and add my Tomboy glue to glue that down. And again, I'm just using one piece of those leaves, and I'm just cutting them down. Let's see, we're going to go ahead and trim this out. So this Thinlit works very well for adding greenery to your projects, but does work better if you remember to use those adhesive sheets. Then you don't have to glue it like I am. So I'm going to take that, put that right about there. Press that down. Now I have already taken the flowers. Again, this is from that Petal palette, and I've got them, I stamped them in the powder pink, and I'm going to bring in my glitter clear epoxy shapes, and I'm going to use my pink Pirouette, the darker pink Pirouette. Let's see if that's coloring. It is. And I'm going to color 3 of those glitter enamels, and I'm going to pick them up with my scissors. I've got sticky on my finger from that glue. That's why it's best to use those adhesive sheets. These are very flat, so you will not need to use extra postage when you mail them, which makes it very nice. So I've got that. I'm going to grab some dimensionals and put on the back. I really need my small dimensionals, but I don't know where they are right now, so I'm going to use my bigger dimensionals and cut them in half. One thing nice with our small dimensionals now, you don't have to trim them. They're very nice for the smaller flowers, but again, forgot to bring them over, so we're just going to go ahead and cut these. And add them to the front of our card. This will also help keep that vine down. We'll go ahead and put one up there. Now the cool thing, when I did my original, my sample, before I made this one online, I used the back side. So you see it's just the reverse. I have the printed one inside this card, but the lighter print on this one. So it gives you a totally different look for that diagonal gig card. So thanks for joining me. Talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.